Imagine a massive, perfectly organized library, not of books, but of information. Every piece of data, every fact, every record is carefully cataloged and stored, ready to be found in an instant. This is the world of databases, the silent engines powering our digital lives. Every detail about you online, your name, address, shopping history, is stored in a database. From the moment you sign up for a website or make a purchase, your information is added to these vast digital collections. Databases are structured collections of information designed for computers to quickly find and retrieve data. They use tables, rows, and columns to keep everything in order, making it easy to search, update, or analyze millions of records in seconds. Your social media profile, your bank records, even your high scores in games, all live in databases. Every app you use, every website you visit, relies on databases to function smoothly and keep your experience seamless. Without them, our digital world would grind to a halt. Imagine trying to find a single file in a mountain of paperwork. Databases prevent that chaos, keeping everything running behind the scenes. These digital vaults are incredibly valuable, making them prime targets for hackers. The more data they hold, the more attractive they become to those looking to exploit weaknesses. For a hacker, a database is a treasure chest. Credit card numbers, personal details, private messages, and more. The rewards can be enormous, and the temptation is always there. Gaining access is like finding a key to a bank vault. The data can be sold, used for identity theft, or leveraged for blackmail. The consequences of a breach can be devastating for individuals and organizations alike. The more sensitive the information, the more determined someone will be to break in. Hackers constantly search for vulnerabilities, hoping to find just one weak spot. When you hear about a data breach, it means a hacker has found a way into one of these digital libraries. Sometimes millions of records are exposed in a single attack. They've bypassed security and walked out with valuable information. This stolen data can circulate on the dark web, causing harm long after the breach is discovered. Databases aren't magical black boxes. They're systems built by humans, and humans make mistakes. Even the best designed systems can have flaws, and it only takes one oversight to open the door to attackers. Understanding how databases work is the first step to understanding how they're compromised. By learning their structure and purpose, you can better appreciate both their power and their vulnerabilities. For those who know what to look for, flaws in these systems are open doors. In the chapters ahead, we'll explore how hackers find these doors and how you can help keep them closed. Before breaking in, hackers perform digital reconnaissance, casing the joint. They gather information about the target's website, technologies, and look for open ports, potential entry points. Automated tools scan thousands of sites for known vulnerabilities, like outdated software. Hackers look for leaked information in website code, error messages, or forgotten files. Finding a configuration file is like getting a blueprint of the building. All this builds a detailed map of the target's security posture. By patiently gathering clues, hackers identify weak spots and plan their attack. This methodical reconnaissance is often the most critical phase of a successful hack. One of the most devastating and well-known cyber attacks is called SQL injection. It's a technique that has been used for years by hackers to break into websites and steal sensitive information, often without leaving a trace. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It's the language websites use to talk to their databases, asking for things like user information, passwords, or transaction records. A hacker can exploit a vulnerable website by entering specially crafted SQL code into a form, such as a login box or search bar, instead of normal information. If the website isn't properly secured, it will combine the hacker's input with its own database command and send it straight to the database without checking if it's safe. The database then executes this command, not realizing it's been manipulated to do something dangerous, like revealing private data or changing records. This can let hackers bypass logins, steal huge amounts of data, or even delete everything in the database, causing massive damage to businesses and users. It's like tricking a gullible security guard by saying, "My name is Bob, and also, open all the doors," and the guard just follows the instructions without question. In the wrong hands, SQL injection can turn a simple website form into a master key, unlocking the entire database and exposing everything inside. Brute force attacks are relentless, automated guessing games. Hackers use programs to try every possible password combination for a database account. They start with common passwords, then move to every letter and number combination. Modern computers can make millions of guesses per second, cracking weak passwords quickly. Strong, complex passwords take exponentially longer to break, sometimes centuries. Hackers use botnets to spread out their attacks, making detection harder. Brute force is noisy and unsophisticated, but against weak passwords, it works. It's the digital equivalent of trying every key until one fits. Instead of guessing, hackers often use passwords already leaked in past breaches. Millions reuse the same passwords across sites, so hackers use automated scripts to try these combinations on new targets. This is called credential stuffing. If you use the same password everywhere, a breach on one site puts all your accounts at risk. Hackers don't need to be geniuses. They just need access to leaked lists and a simple script. Even if only a tiny fraction of attempts succeed, it's enough to compromise thousands of accounts. The weakest link isn't encryption, it's the reused password. That's why you always hear, "Never reuse passwords." One breach can open the door to your entire digital life. Let's dive into some real-world examples to see how these attacks actually unfold and why they're so effective. Meet Alex, a hacker who stumbles upon a poorly protected search bar on coolgadgets.com. Curious, he enters a special command. This is a textbook case of SQL injection, a trick that fools the website into revealing more than it should. Instantly, the site's weak code spits out all product listings, confirming it's wide open to attack. This simple flaw could expose sensitive data to anyone who knows what to look for. With a bit more effort, Alex could dig deeper and steal customer credit card numbers, addresses, and even order histories, putting hundreds of people at risk. Meanwhile, Ben sets his sights on Dave's Donuts, a small business with a big problem. The admin password is just Donuts rule. Ben runs a brute force script, trying thousands of common passwords. In just minutes, he cracks it, gaining full control over the website and its data. Then there's Sarah, an accountant who uses the same password, FluffyCat2020, for everything, from work accounts to old gaming sites. Years ago, a gaming site she joined was hacked, and her login details were leaked online. She never changed her password, thinking it wouldn't matter. Carlos, another hacker, finds her old credentials in a data dump and launches a credential stuffing attack on Sarah's company, trying her password on dozens of accounts. Because Sarah reused her password, Carlos slips right into the company's financial database, accessing sensitive business information without breaking a sweat. These stories highlight three different paths, but they all lead to the same destination: unauthorized access and compromised data. Alex exploited weak code, Ben guessed a simple password, and Carlos took advantage of password reuse. Each method is different, but the result is the same: a breach. In every case, the database's security measures failed, leaving valuable information exposed to anyone persistent enough to look for it. The lesson here is clear: security is only as strong as its weakest link. One overlooked flaw can bring down the whole system. Whether it's poor coding, weak passwords, or careless habits, each one opens the door a little wider for attackers. Hackers don't need to be geniuses, just persistent, creative, and ready to seize any opportunity that comes their way. That's why protecting data requires constant vigilance at every layer, from code to passwords to user behavior. Remember, it only takes one mistake for the treasure chest to be looted and your most valuable data to disappear. You might think a breach at a random company doesn't affect you, but it does. When a database is hacked, your personal information, name, address, email, can end up in criminal hands. This data fuels identity theft, letting criminals open accounts or take out loans in your name. Cleaning up identity theft is costly and stressful. Stolen info is also used for phishing fake emails that trick you into giving up more data. Database security isn't just a company's problem, it's everyone's. When companies fail, you pay the price. Protecting your data starts with understanding these risks. Defending a database means building layers of security, defense in depth. First, secure the application code, use prepared statements to prevent SQL injection, change all default admin usernames and passwords immediately, enforce strong, unique passwords for every account. Limit access, give each user only what they need. Keep software updated with the latest security patches. Monitor for suspicious activity, like failed logins or odd queries. Encrypt data both at rest and in transit, so even if stolen, it's unreadable. Think of encryption as shredding documents before a thief breaks in. Multiple layers make it much harder for hackers to succeed. Technology alone can't protect databases. People are the real first line of defense. Security awareness is key. Everyone must recognize threats like phishing and follow good practices. Use a unique, strong password for every account. Password managers make this easy. Enable two-factor authentication wherever possible for an extra layer of security. Even if a hacker gets your password, 2FA keeps them out. Be skeptical of suspicious emails and links. Companies must build secure systems, but individuals must be proactive too. Hackers look for easy targets. Don't be one. Good digital hygiene makes you a much harder target. The strongest lock is useless if you leave the key out in the open.